My name's Finn, I'm a filmmaker here in the UK, and I've just come back from 5.5 months of making films in Africa for Bhubesi Pride Foundation. We visited 9 countries in over 160 days and travelling over 20,000 kilometres. And in that time, I've created over 35 videos, taken over 10,000 photos, and all while experiencing the amazing things that Africa has to offer. So now I'm stepping in front of the lens to show you a behind-the-scenes look at what it was like for me to be media producer on Bhubesi Pride's Rugby in Africa expedition. Every year, Bhubesi Pride assembles a team of volunteers that travel throughout Africa, and they use the sport of rugby as a tool for development, helping thousands of local school children and staff. And my role as media producer was to document all of the great work that they do. So I was their photographer, I would manage their social media platforms, but also I was their documentary filmmaker. So months before the trip even started, I was planning out what sort of videos I wanted to make and what kind of stories I wanted to tell. So I devised the list of 24 key videos that I wanted to make throughout the expedition. And these were split up into different categories, and I made sure I could explore as many aspects of the project as possible. So with the plan in place, all that was left for me to do was pack my bags for a nearly 6-month-long road trip around Africa, and that in itself was extremely exciting, and the closer and closer it got to the start date, it was only heightening that feeling. So we started the trip just outside Nairobi National Park, and we were immediately greeted with a giraffe and lion, and for me, not experiencing Africa before, that was amazing in itself. From day one on the trip, I had my camera always by my side, and in the evenings I would always offload all the content and back it up and edit when I needed to. And this became a repetitive cycle, which got me in a really good groove. And perhaps the best thing about this trip for me was how it taught me a huge amount of discipline when you're faced with huge amounts of filming and editing, to just really develop a groove and be really efficient and savvy with your time. And it wasn't easy. There'd be some times where you'd be filming in 40-degree sunlight, and then you'd be editing on the bus in some of the bumpiest roads I've ever experienced. But that was part of the challenge, and that was part of the opportunity for me to really push myself and push my comfort zone. How I make films now compared to how I did before the trip is night and day. This trip has given me so much experience, and I've learned incredible things. And yeah, it got tough, but sometimes you could just go and chill out. Kayak on the Nile if you want. Take a microlight across Victoria Falls, or maybe skydive over the Namibian desert. And you're in a managerial role with huge amounts of responsibility, but it is so much fun, and every day is different. You get to experience Africa firsthand. Unlike any holiday, unlike any job, this is a unique experience. So if you'd like to become the next media producer, please get in touch via our website, which is rugbyinafrica.org.